Thank you for joining me today. I'm Dr. Kella Price from Healthy Fit, and this is your nutrition education. Going into the weekend, I want to talk to you about hydration. 60% of your body is made up of water, and it's so important to focus on proper hydration for its essential functions. There's so many benefits of drinking water. So I'm going to run down some of them for you and encourage you to drink more water. The first being is that water is our temperature regulator. Our body utilizes water to help cool the body through sweat and essential functions. And if you don't have enough water, your body is unable to properly cool itself. This is really important at summertime when we see people being more active outdoors or kids playing sports. You need to make sure that you're maintaining a good body temperature to prevent heat exhaustion. And so it's really important to keep that water with you and focus on drinking water regularly throughout the day. Water is really important in our body. I mentioned it's 60% of our body composition, and it has such an essential function to every part of working in our body because it carries oxygen to all of the cells throughout your entire body system. So it's really essential to function. Your organs are not going to work correctly without appropriate water. It lubricates your joints. I can tell from my personal experience that when I am not drinking enough water or I am slightly dehydrated from travel or whatnot, when I'm on the airplanes, I can tell a difference in my joints because they're not properly lubricated. I have more joint pain. So if you are suffering from any kind of joint pain, this is a great way to make sure that your joints are adequately lubricated by giving it the water that they need for that synovial fluid to really lubricate as you move. Water is so great for your skin. I have to say I'm a little bit vain and I don't want to have wrinkles. Proper hydration helps your skin look more full and less wrinkly or crepey. So it's really important to drink water for that good look. It will also help you flush out toxins from your skin. Your skin is your largest detoxification organ in your entire body. So if you're experiencing blemishes or imperfections in your skin, drink more water. It will help flush out those toxins and prevent some serious breakouts as your body's getting rid of things that it doesn't want. I mentioned that water helps your organs function, and this includes your brain. This is really cool. My son Isaac tells me that water makes you smarter, and it actually does. And this is how it works. Think of your brain as a sponge. When you put your sponge on the counter in the kitchen and it dries out, what does it look like? What does it feel like? Your brain is like that sponge. Your brain is a squishy type of substance, and when it has water, it can expand, and all of the um, neural synapses work a lot better. Just like that sponge, when you put it in the water, it gets soft and supple, it expands. The same thing happens with your brain, and they've done studies on this. They did studies with kids in school that they gave them standardized tests, some with dehydration or not adequately having enough water, and others with water. And the performance on the test was above the students who did not have adequate water. So water does make you smarter because it helps your body function. And I think if you've ever been dehydrated, you'll notice that maybe you have a little bit of brain fog, or you're having a hard time focusing or concentrating. Your sometimes I get distracted with everything going on and all the ideas. You have a hard time focusing and getting your task accomplished. Part of that could be dehydration, and it's impacting your brain's function and ability to focus on all cylinders. And I don't know about you, but with a family of active boys and several businesses, I need to be running and functioning on all cylinders all the time. And so making sure my brain has enough water to properly get me through life is really critical. Water also helps with digestion. So if you are not having bowel movements regularly, like after every meal, this is one of the reasons probably why, because your body is unable to process the food and flush out all of that waste without adequate water, and it will cause constipation. So drinking enough water is one of the ways that we can improve our body's digestion system. We don't want all that in our body. So the more water you have, the ability for your body to um, remove that excrement more easily. Water also, in addition to getting rid of stuff we don't want, helps our body process the food and the minerals and nutrition that we eat in each of our meals. So minerals and nutrients are water soluble, and if you have enough water in your body, it enables your body to capture that nutrition and send it to the cells where it needs it. Really important. There's also been a lot of studies about proper hydration and improved performance, or in contrast, dehydration and reduced performance. And this, as a triathlete and Ironman and ultra runner, I can tell you this is a critical element to performance, specifically on longer races, because as your body gets dehydrated, the functioning definitely goes down in terms of performance, and you tend to slow down your pace, um, and your race isn't, you don't feel as good during your race. So this is really a critical piece of performance, making sure that we are refueling our body not only with food fuel but also with the water that we need. And I'm going to talk to you about a few tips and tools of how to determine how much is enough water in just a minute. For those of you who are trying to lose weight, water is a great weight loss tool. And I'm not saying that it's the only way to lose weight, but it can certainly help you on your journey for a couple reasons. The first is, a lot of times when we feel like we're hungry, we are misinterpreting our body's signal or cue that we're actually thirsty and not hungry. So the cue is very subtle. And so a lot of people misinterpret and they think that they're hungry and they're actually thirsty. So drinking more water will enable you to eliminate some of those misread cues. The second thing is that water helps things in your stomach expand, and it does take up space in your body. And so you're generally going to eat less. A lot of times I'll recommend to my clients that they drink 8 to 16 ounces of water, not only when they get up in the morning to start your body on its process and get you going on the right foot in terms of water consumption for the day, but before you eat, drinking that water to allow you proper hydration so that your body can digest your food properly and so that you don't overeat. So that is a great tool for you as well. The other area is that when we're drinking more water and replacing things like soda, milk, juice, anything else that has a caloric intake and empty calories, when we're replacing it with our water, we are able to allocate those calories to more nutritionally dense foods. And so generally we're not going to consume as many calories when we're drinking the water, because we're replacing, let's say, a Starbucks Frappuccino, as an extreme example, over 500 calories in the venti and gobs of sugar, with something that has no calories, no sugar content. and will help your body function and you won't crash. So that replacement matrix really helps people cut back on calories and things that are fillers in our diet that we really don't need. So replacing those drinks, soda, juice, all of those items with water can be really beneficial. That brings me to alcohol. It's summertime, we're hanging out by the pool, we're traveling, maybe you have a boat or you're going to the beach. Hopefully you're going to enjoy some picnics and times with friends. And alcohol may be a part of that whole fun time, and that's totally fine. But a lot of alcohol is negative for the body. There's a lot of fillers, it's empty calories. It can make you dehydrated if you're drinking too much. So drinking water is critical for, number one, reducing the hangover and the susceptibility of your body to a hangover. 2, reducing the probability that you're going to become intoxicated. And 3, reducing extra calories. So my tip for that barbecue, that poolside time, enjoy the beverage, the alcohol, have that drink, and then drink 16 ounces of water. So 1 or 2 glasses of water, then you can have another alcoholic drink if you're going to enjoy that. Alternate. Water, beer, you get the idea. This will help slow the consumption of the alcohol. You'll feel a lot better throughout the day, and it'll really benefit you in the long run. So how much water is enough water? There's no tried and true method of calculating on a daily basis, but there's a couple tips that I can give you. The first is the pee test. When you go to the bathroom, look at the pee in the toilet bowl. And if it is light in color, almost clear, you're getting enough hydration. If the darker the color is, if it's closer to an orange or brown color, you're definitely dehydrated. That's a bad sign. Drink water so that the pee is lighter in color. And generally, if you're going to the bathroom every hour or so, you're probably properly hydrated. The caveat there is that some vitamins do not get absorbed. If you're taking pill-based vitamins, the absorption rate is fairly low on a lot of those. And you may see a discoloration in your urine based on that medication or that pill. Sometimes they can add a green tinge or something else. So be aware of that as well in terms of using that as an assessment method. And that is a method that the Marine Corps uses. They have the pee charts in all the bathrooms of an easy way to track your hydration level. The second, for my athletes specifically, the sweat test. So we all sweat at different levels, and based on the atmosphere and the environment, it could impact how much sweat that we actually have on our shirt or our body during our exercise. So weigh yourself before exercise, and then weigh yourself at the end of an exercise session. The difference is not weight loss. Sorry, it's not. It's not weight loss. It is actually water loss from the exercise. That's the amount of water that you need to drink in ounces. So if you lost 1 pound during your workout session, you need to drink the pound of water, which is the 8 ounces of water. I hope that makes sense. That's another way that you can assess based on sweat levels. And the third is a rough calculation that you take your body weight in ounces, and half of that you're going to drink in water a day as a starting point. So let's do easy math, because math is not my forte. I would normally use my calculator. You weigh 100 pounds. You're in 6th grade, you weigh 100 pounds. You're going to drink 50 ounces in water to start. then you have to add on to that calculation. So I mentioned that water helps you when it's warmer temperatures to be able to cool your body. So if the temperature is above 90 degrees, you need to add 16 ounces a day of water. So we're up to 66 ounces, right? Other factors could be the humidity. In more humid temperatures, you're going to need more water because you're sweating more throughout the day. Again, this is kind of where that sweat test is helpful, specifically on exercise. For every hour of exercise, you should be replenishing somewhere around 16 to 32 ounces of water during an exercise session. Normally for my clients, I do 30-minute workouts with my clients. They're going to drink their bottle of water during that exercise session. Again, this is to replenish the sweat that the water that you lost during the exercise. If you live in a dry environment, again, just like humidity, you may have to increase that water consumption by about 16 ounces a day to enable optimum performance of your body and its organs and its functions throughout the day. So that's a good benchmark. For me, I'm drinking a gallon a day. And one of the tips that I give you is that if you're drinking remarkably less water, let's say you're drinking no water, because I do have clients that come to me and they start drinking no water and I say, you have to drink a gallon. Well, you're not going to go from none to a gallon overnight. It's a process, slowly increasing your water consumption. And part of that is carrying around the water so that it's readily available and you can drink it throughout the day. I find if I have my jug with me, I'm going to drink the water. If I can't find my jug, I set it down somewhere, or I left it in the car and I have a smaller water bottle, I don't drink as much water. There are free apps like Aqualert that will send you a notification that you can track your water consumption, but it will send you a notification and a reminder to drink water throughout the day to help keep you on track. Part of that water consumption increase is very easy to achieve by drinking water, a glass of water in the morning when you get up, drinking water before your morning breakfast, and before every meal. That would, for most people, increase water consumption, and then slowly add on to that until you reach the appropriate level. Now, the first couple days that you start drinking more water, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, I am bloated, I feel icky. And that's because your body is not used to drinking that much water. And it's holding on to that water because it's used to being dehydrated. It's like, you never give me what I want, so I need to grab onto it so that I can function and my organs don't shut down. But as your body realizes that you're going to get regular water consumption in there, it's going to start flushing out your system and processing and using the water more effectively and efficiently. And you'll find that bloated feeling that you have initially when increasing water consumption will go away. I think you'll find that you'll feel a lot better. You'll have more energy throughout the day. You won't find as much need for things like coffee in the afternoon because the water is allowing your body to function optimally, and it's amazing how good you're going to feel during your workouts. I hope this was helpful. Please message me with any questions. Thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Stay hydrated, friends.